with Ryan Martin.
Well, Ryan, it got pretty ugly last night, but today we've seen a bit of a turnaround.
Oh yeah, a lot more clouds and some more average temperatures for this time of the year. We like to see that, but what we're really wondering is how much rain did we get, and that's what we're going to show you right here. Our precipitation levels from yesterday. Thing to keep in mind, it's taking in accounts for the Odessa and Midland areas, so not as much showing as we actually did get in those areas. But the craziest stuff you can see down in Pecos, over an inch of rain in that area, as well as Wink. So that's where we saw a lot of the heavier thunderstorms, including a lot of the hail damage that we saw, most of it taking place right there. And fortunately, those are the places that really need the rain right now, because we've got some drought conditions right here, some very dry, not really crazy drought conditions right now. We've had a pretty good last couple years for rain, so right now we should be seeing this clear up a little bit as soon as we get our next drought monitor update in the next couple of days, and hopefully we'll get a change with this in the near future. We got some more cloud activity. Hopefully that can bring our tree pollen numbers down. We're still high for that, but still low for just about everything else in terms of grasses, mold, and weeds. And as always, you can go to TexanAllergy.com if you want to know more about that. But right now, we're really just seeing a lot of cloud activity, but we are seeing some small rain activity down in the Fort Stockton and Pecos areas along Reeves County and western Pecos County. Not really anything crazy to talk about, but one thing to keep in mind is that we got this cold front that's moving through in low pressure system. That's giving us some cooler temperatures today. That brought us down to average, as well as giving us some cloud activity. That's going to clear up as soon as this cold front moves out of the area, but then this new cold front's going to come back in, and that's going to cool us down later on in the week after we see a brief warm up, and we'll see more of this. Temperatures around that 60 degree mark. That was what our high was for today. That's average for this time of year. Normally seeing 69, but right on average for our low, both at 40. So great not seeing that record heat, which is in the 90s. We're more average for this time of the year. We like to see that after seeing the hottest February on record. It's good to see some more below average temperatures during the month of March to start things off, but still pretty decent out there right now. 50s throughout Odessa, Midland, 50 in Big Spring, seeing those 50s down in Pecos as well as down in Marfa, but we are still seeing some pretty warm conditions down in Presidio, hanging on to the 70s as well as the 60s in the Big Bend, as well as 60s in Alpine. So just a completely different story, but also seeing 40s out to the north. But now we're talking about wind speeds. We'll see some more of this later on in the week, but right now Fort Stockton, some of the windier areas right now, Alpine as well as the Big Bend, some decent breezes going on in Big Spring, 10-mile-an-hour wind speeds out there. Not going to want to be doing too much burning this week, because this is still going to be the case. A lot of wind speeds coming in the next couple of days. See some calm conditions overnight, but Monday during the day, we'll have wind speeds in the 15 to 20-mile-an-hour range. Could even gust as high as 30 miles an hour. So once again, another day while it's a little bit cooler, no need to be doing any burning, because we will see some conditions dry up later in the week as well, with peak gusts today getting as high as 20 miles an hour in Big Spring, 22 in Fort Stockton, 26 in Pecos, 30 in Alpine, and 31 down in Presidio. So very warm down there, as well as very windy as well. But you can see our humidity levels pretty dry out to the west, but to the east we still got some good moisture out there, and it's pretty much the same case. But we'll see these dew point levels really start to dip down as this dry line makes its way throughout the east. But as soon as that next cold front comes through, hopefully we'll get some more moisture to go along with that. Now looking at our 7-day forecast, you see more average temperatures tomorrow, cloudy and temperatures in the 60s, also pretty windy out there, dropping down to the 50s at night. So really nice conditions overnight, more average during the daytime, but then back up into the 70s on Tuesday as soon as the cold front moves out. Then when the cold front hits again, we'll drop back down into the 60s. So more average and then slightly above average conditions, kind of making a seesaw throughout the week. But then we'll see temperatures near that 80-degree mark on Friday and Saturday, and they're calling for 89 degrees on Sunday. That's a little too early to call right now. Don't expect us to hit near that 90-degree mark, but I mean, we're getting close to the month of April. That's when temperatures are going to really start to warm back up. But right now, average for tomorrow. Keep your eye on the prize.
It's not an impossibility for it to get close to 90.
No, I mean our record for this day is 95 degrees, so It's not like we haven't seen it before.
You know, I'm excited for that warm weather to come back, because I'm such a baby. I just don't want to be in the cold.
We know, Dawn. We know.
Oh,
just
thank
kidding.
you. You were out in the elements yesterday, so you
Yes,
know. I bet you want it to get warm.
Sometimes, maybe a little bit.
Gotcha.
Maybe a little bit.
All right, Ryan. Thank you.